Hello, welcome to Back to School Night. I'm Mrs. Masiello. Here's a short video clip of the virtual classroom at Haskell School where I am working and teaching virtually. Here are some of the projects that we've been working on for the past 2 weeks. And this area over here is the area that I work behind, and there's my chair and my desk. That's where I teach the Google Meets. And this is the back of the classroom. I just want to show you off to the left are boxes of some art supplies that some students did not pick up. Some people might not have realized that there were art supplies for them to pick up. So if you need supplies, please send me an email and we'll arrange for a pickup. And there are more of our projects, either projects that we're starting to work on or projects that we just finished. I keep a lot of examples. I have my document camera right to the right of me for close-up demos and my supplies, and all of the materials that I need are close at hand, so I can work quite quickly because I change from one Google Meet to the next, one after the other. And so this is a little art space that I've created to teach in the virtual world. There's the easel that I work on from behind me. There's the art room library. And I'm always encouraging people to be an artist so students, feel comfortable. And here are some projects left over from past years. And so there you have it. That's our little space. That's where I'm working from. So you're seeing it from my end. And I know that there are a lot of parents helping their students. I really appreciate that. So that's our classroom. And I hope you like it. And I hope you're enjoying the art lessons. And I really want to say thanks to all the parents that are helping their children with their lessons. Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Masiello and I'm in my home studio. This is where I film my YouTube videos, and I just want to welcome you to Back to School Night. So again, my name is Mrs. Masiello and I'm going to be your child's art teacher this year. And I've been involved in art education for 30 years now, and I'm starting my 10th year at the Haskell Elementary School. I have a bachelor's degree in fine art and art education from the School of Visual Arts in New York City. I've also attended classes at William Patterson University as well as Montclair State University. I'm an artist and an art teacher. I live locally. I attended grammar school at the Ringwood School District, and I spent my high school years at Lakeland Regional High School in Wanacue. I've taught art in schools for special needs students as well as at the high school level. I also teach outside of school, where I work with students of all ages ranging from kindergarten to high school, college, and adults. I love teaching art and I'm excited about this year. I can't wait to teach your children too. And we've already been working together. I love art history, and my responsibility as an art teacher, I believe, is to encourage your children to become lifelong learners and to develop an appreciation for art. So I get asked this question all the time: what is art? And art is a way for people to just express their thoughts and their feelings about the world around them. And art's everywhere. It's in the clothes you wear, the car you drive, the toys you buy, the video games your children play, and it's in every book your child reads, as well as, the house you reside in. Art has been here since the beginning of time, and it'll be here long after we're gone. In prehistoric times, art was an important form of communication. Before written words or language, paintings on cave walls told stories of survival and rituals. Art empowers expression of humankind. Art serves as an outlet for people to work out their thoughts and their feelings about what's going on in the world today. During our most isolated time during COVID, people were turning to the arts for comfort, relaxation, and family time. Art is craft. It's an important component in the development of fine motor skills and eye-hand coordination. Studies show that students who study art education may perform better on standardized tests. Art can be a way to teach children how to become more observant learners, as they spend much time focusing on details. I want to talk briefly about the Google Classroom expectations. The Google Meets. I will be holding weekly Google Meets. All students attending should be ready to work on their art and have their cameras on and the mics off. I'm teaching live from school in the meets. School meets will be held on their scheduled art day and time. So they have a schedule and it's on there, and there's the day and the time, and it's the same every week. We've had a couple of changes here and there, but I think everything is pretty much settled in now. After this week, should be fine. If they miss their meet, they need to follow the video for the project. That'll help keep them on track. And students need to be signed into their Google account in order to get into the Google Meet. And I think students forget sometimes to switch users, so you need to remind them to do that if they think the link isn't working, because it should always work. The link to the Meet is in the class banner at the top of Google Classroom. You'll see the banner and it has a little video icon next to it. Just click on that link and it will get you right to the Meet. Weekly art assignments. All students should complete their art assignments by the due date. And please email me if the work is going to be late. Weekly how-to videos. In most cases, there will be a how-to video that goes along with the art projects. Project timelines will vary. Some projects will take 1 week to complete and others may take longer. Students should watch the video prior to the Google Meet, but they're not expected to do the project on their own. We should be starting the project in the Meet. But sometimes I post them a few days ahead, so that doesn't mean you have to do it. It just means, maybe take a look at it so that they know what to expect. Turning in assignments. All students need to turn their assignments, their projects into Google Classroom. You can turn your work in by the Your Work section in the assignments area. There is a plus Create tab that you have to click, and then you can find more options, and it's usually, upload from a device, and it's either from the computer or a phone or something like that. Emailing the work to me should be a last resort. When you submit your art projects by email, it may take me longer to find the work because it gets lost with a lot of emails, and I really have to dig through it. But if you have to, please send it by email, because it has to be sent in. Kids can't just hold their artwork up in the Google Meet and then I check it off if there's not enough time. Please, your students should not be turning in blank documents unless you are sending the work via email. Then they should turn it in, and then I will connect the grade with that project. Please allow at least 4 days for me to post grades, and grades are only on Google Classroom at this time. I don't have them in real time right now. Here's some of the projects that we were working on. So we're working on Wassily Kandinsky collage, kindergarten and first grade. Students created their own artwork based on Wassily Kandinsky's painting Composition 8, and students collaged while listening to the story of the noisy paint box. Second and third graders just finished Continuous Mondrian. Students created an original work of art based on Pete Mondrian's Boogie Woogie Broadway with an added twist. They used continuous line to create their composition. That is not how Pete Mondrian did his, but that's how we created ours. Fourth graders created a positive negative line design, and they created a positive negative composition using the art element of line to emphasize the positive and negative shapes. Fifth graders were going over Jeff Koons, the artist. He's a pop artist, and we recreated his balloon dog sculpture, but we did it with a drawing. So students demonstrated an understanding of how artists use geometric shapes to construct a drawing. They also learned how to create the illusion of three-dimensional form through the use of shading. Sixth graders created op art design, and they just explored optical illusions in art. And after looking at the artwork of op artist Bridget Riley, students created an optical illusion of a three-dimensional sphere on a checkerboard background. Students experimented with lines, shapes, distortion, and shading to create their works of art. Seventh graders just created notans, and the students learned the art of the notan, which is a Japanese influence art concept about balance between dark and light. Using the art of collage, students manipulated a black paper square to create their expanded box. So instead of drawing and painting, we decided to start with collage. Eighth graders just completed the yin and yang centangle and color scheme exercise, and students started the year off with a simple assignment about balance utilizing the art elements of line, shape, color, the principle of balance and harmony, and pattern. So students explored line quality and variety in shape and manipulation of lines to create a visually interesting work of art based on the peaceful yin and yang symbol. Students were encouraged to paint one half of their composition with a warm or cool color scheme. Grading policy. So you could really read through the grading policy. You can stop this video and take a good look at it. But all students get a numerical grade based on 100 points. Uh, Fifth through eighth graders, the Google Meets are 5% of their participation grade, and they're mandatory for fifth through eighth graders. So I just wanted to remind you of that. Younger students, their grades, they do have number grades, but they get converted for the report card. So K to 2 are on a 4-point scale, one being like below grade level and 4 is above grade level. And grades 3 to 5 their grades are converted to O's, S's, and N's and U's. So you could just take a look at that. And then if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me. But it all explains, everything is explained in my grading policy. My teaching philosophy, I believe all students can learn anything if they put their minds to it, young and old. I believe that all students can be successful in the art room. I work hard to keep art class engaging and exciting for all the students. I love everything that your children create. I'm not looking for perfection. As parents, please try not to look for your children to be too perfect when they create their art at home. All students are at different skill levels based on their personal skill set. Please do not worry that their art does not compare to other students. They all develop over time. And when I was in kindergarten, my teacher yelled at me for drawing black stripes on a duck project. And even though she was a wonderful teacher and my most favorite of all time, her words stayed with me for a very long time. She really got mad. So words are like nails in a fence. And even when the nail is taken away, the hole is still left in the wood. So, don't worry about their project or how it looks. I will certainly give them encouragement no matter what their art looks like. I do, though, have high expectations for older students, but those judgments are based on what I know the student can do. I understand that the students may not all want to pursue art in high school or even as a career. So my goal is to really just get your student ready for high school art. Students need to take 5 credits of art to graduate high school. They needed 5 credits. My goal is to have my 8th grade students ready for that high school art experience. And if you are your child's first teacher, but together we can encourage them to be excited, lifelong learners of all subjects. Mini Masters and GCT Art. When selected, the child will be able to participate in art more than once a week based on their schedule. And the schedule will be determined by the art teacher. So I will make their schedule up based on days when they are available. And that will be forwarded to you. So Mini Masters is a program for grades 2 through 5, and GCT Art is a program for gifted art students in grades 6 through 8. These programs will begin, roughly around in October, and permission slips will be sent home. So you can reach me by email. You can call me at school. My extension is 216. And if you want more information, I have a Google site posted on my website, district website page, and you can find that under Haskell Special Area Teachers.